The ESTJ is a really fun kind of learner because they're very quick, they're very practical, they're very matter of fact, they're very organized, and they love to get things done and they focus on results. And because of this, they're also very detail oriented. They're going to jump in order to accomplish any kind of activity with very high standards. 8.7% of our total population is an ESTJ. 11.2% are men, 6.3% are females. When those are averaged together, that makes our 8.7%. The ESTJ tends to be both analytical and decisive. Remember, they are quick to act, and they want to be able to know if information will solve a problem. That is the foundational question for them as a learner. When we look at their learning personality, there are some great instructional tips that we can use. Make sure that you give them plenty of space so that they can be active and move, but also not just move, but be a verbal talker. They like to be able to work things through. So you might be able to look at an ESTJ and you might see them moving a little bit or moving their lips. That's them processing the information, and they need to be able to hear it as well. They enjoy the cause and effect, and they do okay as a traditional classroom setting, but make sure that you also include both cooperative learning as well as competition. They enjoy competing against others as well as themselves. They love discussion, and debate would be a great thing to use here because they are then able to use that competition and be able to really integrate and to be able to scaffold and use the details of the information that they have just learned. They love examples and they love feedback, and it doesn't matter what kind of feedback you give them, they're going to be just fine with that. They just enjoy getting feedback and knowing where they stand so that they can improve. They enjoy working with groups and in teams and partners and by themselves. They are great in a variety of options. The biggest thing is remembering that they're going to be a little bit of a noisy learner because they like to process things out loud. They're hands-on. They like to be able to touch things and to be able to manipulate them. But because they also have that judging part of their personality, they're going to like to know what is expected of them. Make sure that you provide them with objectives and even rubrics up front so that they know exactly what the end result is. And this goes along with their personality type overall. If you remember at the very beginning, we talked about how they are highly organized knowledge, and they want to be able to really confer and be able to connect knowledge with facts and with figures. Now, this type of learner also enjoys that fast-paced classroom that has physical activities. Make sure that you have plenty of opportunity so that they can have physical movement within their learning structure. They do enjoy that practical application that is associated also with problem solving. Give them plenty of space and opportunity to use the information in order to solve a problem. They like that structured classroom that goes along with the judging part of their personality type, as well as being that verbal processor. But don't forget the visuals. Visuals are very important for the ESTJ so that they can use as many of their senses as possible within their learning environment.